Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another flight sim video. Today we're in the A319 British Airways. You can see we're at standard gate 527, so terminal 5, gate 27. We're just sat here. We don't have to depart for another 45 minutes, but what we'll do is we'll start getting refueled and boarding now. So we'll get that done. Or not. Because it's going to play up a bit. There we go. So yeah, we'll get boarding.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask for you.
Alright. Yeah, boarding and refueling them now. So we can just chill here for a bit. What we will do is we'll also go onto GSX. We'll get the stairs operated.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
That's a bit excessive. So we're carrying actually let's get it up.
Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft.
So the reason I ain't got the EFBs up on here, it's just because I'm using iPad for that reason. But if we go onto load sheet, I'm also using my iPad for the MCDU, or McDo, however you want to call it. So our zero fuel weight is 58.5 tons. Our takeoff weight max will be 75.5 tons. We'll be taking 6.691 tons of fuel, 2 tons of baggage, and 135 passengers on our flight today. So the IS is aligned. Already done the QNH. What we can do, so according to ATIS, let me get ATIS back up. So transition altitude is 8,000 and departing runway was 27 left. So when we go into departure berth, we go 27 left, and then send that to MCDU. Okay, yep, we're good now, thank you. What we'll do is, once refueling's done, we'll get the APU started, and then we can we'll get clearance from the tower, and then we just load passengers and cargo, and then we are essentially good to go. So yeah, just gotta wait for them to refuel. We've only got like 2 tons left. We're not carrying a lot of fuel today. We're nowhere near like a normal like takeoff weight. Max takeoff weight, sorry. Yeah, so I was doing that. As I probably mentioned before on a few of my other videos, I'm just currently using a controller. I used to have a lot of flight sim stuff, but I got rid of it because I didn't really go on flight sim anymore. But then now I've got back into flight sim and I'll be doing a hell of a lot more. I'll be doing a hell of a lot more flights. Like I'll be hopefully getting some of the wing control or wing flight sim stuff. So the joystick, the pedals eventually, throttles and the flaps, etc., and the parking brake. Hopefully this panel here, the autopilot panel, and eventually hopefully the WindFlex overhead panel as well, which means I won't really have to do much on the actual sim. I won't have to go over here, do this, or in here do that, down here to start the engines, or up here to do any of the before use checks essentially, or setup. So we are now refueled, and that's fueling complete.
Boarding requested.
Yeah, so now get the beacon on, and we can start the APU, get seatbelts on because we've finished refueling. So now obviously going to go get baggage.
Passenger's bus is coming.
We are ready for pushback. Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Go APU available, APU we can put on, external power we can get rid of.
Passenger's boarding started.
I'm just going to do that weird glitch where it now closes. Yeah.
Locking gear.
To be fair, the baggage handlers aren't here. Yeah, so we can just reopen them. So if we look behind, we should see the passengers in and sitting down. Yeah, there we go. So now we're loading passengers. We can now request our clearance. So we are going to Zurich, I want to say. I'll just double check. Yeah, Zurich. Okay. Is it Zurich? I swear that was an A319. Have I looked at the wrong one? Yeah, it's still Zurich anyway. So the way I'm getting my flights from is because I use Say Intention AI. They have on the pilot portal like actual flights that you can just basically insert everything to SimBrief, and we can quick file it as well, and it gives you a gate number, how many passengers, and all that lot. So yeah, we're going to Zurich. So if we go like so, oh, that's- that's something. Heathrow clearance. This is Speedbird 712 Tango requesting IFR clearance to Zurich. Clear to Zurich via the Det 2 Golf departure, runway 27 left. Initial climb to 6,000, departure on 125.625. Squawk 5164, Speedbird 712 Tango. That is a mouthful to say as a call sign. Going to ground on 121.905. Goodbye. Right, so yeah, 6,000 to put in there. That's 2 Golf departure, so we'll go flight plan, EGLO, departure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard British Airways Virtual Flight 712, departing from London Heathrow and heading to Zurich. We kindly ask you to take your seats as indicated on your boarding passes, stowing your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. Should you require any assistance, please do not hesitate to contact any member of our crew. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and we hope you enjoy your journey.
Right, so all that data is inputted, so 6,000 feet, as you can see here, and then all the information is inserted in there. So the Det 2 Golf departure, and runway 27 left.
Passengers bus is heading.
So yeah, now it's just a case of waiting for the final passengers to board. All our cargo's on board. I say cargo, all our baggage and stuff is on board. I don't know how we're getting 2 tons of cargo from 135 people, but it is what it is. So yeah.
Passengers boarding starting.
Right, so I think the last 25 passengers are boarding now. Right, so that is now boarding complete. So, close the shop. Yeah. Okay, so let's get push and start requested. Heathrow ground, this is Speedboat 712 Tango, requesting push and start from gate 527. Face east. So we want nose left, tail right, continue push back. We want nose left, tail right.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines are clear. Start at will.
Crew, arm doors and cross-check.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features aboard our Airbus A319. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard our Airbus A319.
Let's start.
Preset parking brakes.
The safety card found in
Waiting your confirmation for reviewing engine start.
information about exit routes, oxygen masks, light, the brace position,
So let's get flaps down.
in, brace, brace. There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. The cabin crew are now pointing out the exits nearest to you. Please be aware that your nearest usable exit may be behind you. Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit. In an emergency, leave all baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened whenever the seatbelt signs are on. We recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen.
Right, so that is both engines started. So let's go the ground. We're
Cockpit to
good.
ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
So both are available. Now we can turn that back to normal. We can get the APU turned off. So it's quite a basic taxi. We want to go on November 3. So if I go
Unlocking the third gear.
November 3.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass Heathrow. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Okay, so Heathrow ground, this is Speedboat 712 Tango, requesting taxi to holding point November 3. Let's see if it gives us it. So let's get taxi lights on. Taxi to runway 27 left by Yankee Bravo, link to 8 November 1, Speedboat 712 Tango. Heathrow ground, this is Speedboat 712 Tango, requesting to taxi to runway 27 left via holding point November 3. See if it gives us that, because I want November 3. Let's get this out. Here we go. Taxi to runway 27 left via Yankee Alpha, November 3, Speedboat 712 Tango. There we go, that's what we wanted. Right, so now back to taxi, let's get that on. And let's get moving. Let's test takeoff config. There we go. Oh, 0.8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it should be quite a short flight, about an hour and 20, hour and a half roughly, which is alright. So, turn right, Alpha. So the only reason I want November 3 is because we don't have to go all the way to the end of the runway. We can literally just go to holding point November 3 and it's like we skip some of the waiting time. One thing I like about these early flights is there's a lot less traffic. Obviously the later you do the flight, the more chance you have of traffic, because Heathrow Airport does get very busy. So let's follow this round to the left. So at the minute, the only traffic that I've got on here is the same intentions AI traffic. So to do that, you basically just turn off all traffic, like all AI traffic on the sim, and then it automatically loads up the same intentions AI traffic. So all of these aircraft are technically real flights that Say Intentions has imported from the real world. Right, so yeah, we're just currently taxiing to our holding point. We look on the left. slow down a bit because we are going a bit too fast. So they're coming from Terminal 4, that aircraft. So the good thing is, because I've taken off from November 3 quite a few times, I can kind of remember where it is anyway. Well, it doesn't seem much of a queue, which is good. You're still having a problem where, even though I've got AI traffic turned off, it still glitches, and there's still aircraft glitching into each other, which is silly, but there's I think my scenery, but Heathrow has decided to have a bit of a long moment because all the taxi signs are now missing. I don't understand why. Oh no, they're there, but I just... Right, okay. I'm pretty sure this is November 3 on our... Yep, this is November 3. So if we tell our co-pilot, take over comms, please.
I've got the comms now, Captain.
Now if we park ourselves here, apply park brake, let's get takeoff lights on, run my turn offs, yeah. We are pretty much good to go. Request takeoff clearance, please.
Takeoff clearance from tower now.
Probably going to be waiting behind this Swiss, and I think, is there another aircraft behind this Swiss? No. Oh, there we go, there's our takeoff clearance, which is good. So let's get lined up on the runway. So one thing I like to do, or I actually not let them go, is start that chrono. So the chrono on the actual like stopwatch kind of looking thing on the right, I use as like that's the overall time we've been on the move, if that makes sense. So that's from gate to gate, and then the actual other chrono, the main chrono, is for just the flight itself. So if I now line up, go. Okay, and we just had a random race plane go first, but okay. So, spool the engines. Main flex and release. Hundred knots. V1 rotates. Positive rate of climb. Gear up. And now we can just select autopilot, set throttles to climb. And now let's watch this lovely left turn. So now we can go flaps up. Make sure everything's all good there. Cool. Let's go back to this view. And just enjoy the view. TM25 down there. Is it the M25? Maybe not. Oh, we've hit some ground. Right, so now we're climbing up to 21,000 feet. Just do open climb. It does it itself. Let's go back to this lovely view. Okay, so it was the M25 that we flying over then. Now currently flying over the M3. Let's set them to standard. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. So disarm the boilers. Turn off runway turn offs and taxi lights. Once we get to 10,000 feet, we can then, you know what, we may as well do it now. We're not that far from 10,000 feet. There's in a hell of a lot of cloud at the minute. It is quite overcast in the UK today. Unfortunately, ooh, the wings aren't enjoying that wind. Right, so yeah, we are pretty much just chilling now.
Dear guests, we are pleased to inform you that the use of approved electronic devices is now permitted in flight mode. Our cabin service will begin shortly. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy your flight with British Airways.
So it's saying our estimated arrival is 10:34. So what was it? 28,000. That's so that's 28,000. Oh crap! Wrong moment. There you go. Right. So 1016. Oh, that's 320, which is our final cruising altitude. So QNH 1016, transition level is 8,000. Temperature is 20. 204. The arriving runway is a 4. So what's oh. Let's figure that out. QNH what is it? 1016. So I'll show you what I'm doing now. So this is the destination data. So 1016. Temperature is 20. Wind slash magnitude is 200. 4. And transition level is 080. Oh. So that's all we need for that. Let's go back to normal birth. Cool. And then once we get given our arrival into Zurich, that's when we'll put in the destination data. And so obviously sometimes they'll change the destination data, the landing or arriving runway might change, so that's where we just got to wait for that information. So apart from that, I will go back into this view and I will see you when we start our descent. Right, so as you can see, we've now starting our descent. So hopefully, it's saying too steep a path ahead on the MCDU, but hopefully, because we've started a little bit earlier, we should hopefully
And gentlemen, we have now left
be
our
alright.
cruising altitude and have started our approach to Zurich. Please return to your seats, stow your tables, and fasten your seatbelt.
Make sure it's all
The
good.
use of lavatories is no longer permitted. Thank you for your cooperation.
Okay. So yeah, we started it a little bit earlier, just to make sure that we don't have that steep descent. Current flight time is 1 hour on the dot. Well, now 1 hour 1 minute. So yeah, we should be getting into Zurich in the next 20 minutes. There's no point of putting the seatbelts on yet. We'll probably put seatbelts on just before we get into Vilat, whatever you want to call it. In fact, probably do it just before Amax. That's not such a steep turn. What I like to do is just put the seatbelts on not long before the first steep or harsh turn. And I think that's how they do it in real life anyway, because obviously it does small banks in flight either way, so yes. Yeah, so we're just chilling now. Obviously Stags it started at the said, so our flight, yeah, will be roughly about 1 hour 20 minutes. Yeah, so to be able to start our ILS approach, we need to be at 4,000 feet. And that's when we should hopefully catch the localizer, and then, like I said, start our descent. Round, we do a loop, and then we'll come in our final approach. So we've got 38 miles to get down to 18,800 feet. We should be alright. Yeah. It's meant to be, well, it's quite warm in Zurich today, about 20 degrees. QNH is 1016. So and it's now 22 degrees. Brilliant. So now I can just do the amendments on the MCDU. 22 degrees. The wind is now 180 at 4. The QNH is still the same. Transition altitude is still 8,000, so good there. I'm just flying through the cloud. So like I say, we got started ahead of the actual descent just because we don't want to pretty much dive bomb down. We just want to take a nice easy descent. So that's why I started the descent early, even though I said 20 minutes and it was bang on the 20-minute mark. But yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so luckily these absolutely lovely views coming into Zurich. Right, so now we're still 12 miles away. So when we get to Lamax being in about 5 miles, we will then put the seatbelts on. Oh, I didn't even turn the seatbelts off. It's my bad. Oh well. See, sometimes you just have these moments, you know, just a bit of a Mong moment where you kind of forget something, but yeah, I can't believe I forgot to turn the seatbelts off. So we need to get some speed brakes on. Let's just do half. So, seatbelts back on. Then they were off for the whole flight. Yeah. So it's now quite.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign has been turned on. We kindly ask that you return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt. Please note that the lavatories are no longer available until the seatbelt sign is turned on. Thank you for your cooperation.
What I like to do is I just normally set this to whatever we want our landing altitude to be, and then it'll take us from there. Good thing is, because this is quite a wide turn, we can get rid of a lot of our altitude. Yeah. Right, so where do we go from here? So once we get to 10,000 feet, LS will be on and landing lights will be turned on. Come on, it's 10,000. Let's get landing lights on. And LS on. And tell you what, if we just expedite to 4, just get down as quick as we can, because it's not really giving us a lot of time to descend in space. So if we expedite, get
Ladies and
speed brakes
gentlemen,
on.
we are now beginning our final approach into Zurich. Please turn off all electronic devices
We'll
and
keep
stow
our
them
speed
until we arrive
down
at the gate.
to then
Finally,
make it
ensure your
easier.
train tickets are stowed, your seats are in the full upright position, and your seatbelts are fastened. Our assigned gate is gate E62.
Right, there we go. So
The weather in
let's
Zurich
do
is
that.
clear
And it's
with a temperature of
1016.
around 15 degrees Celsius. Thank you for your cooperation as we prepare for landing.
1016. Now we can reduce that to 2,000 feet per minute. And then, yeah. There we go. Okay, so now we can raise, lower speed brakes. Right, so what we can start doing now, ready for our approach, is seatbelts already fastened, radio is already set. Yeah. Now we're reducing speed and we'll start the final left turn. Cabin's ready for landing. So let's go. Zurich's quite a big airport, so let's go low. Auto brake. Let's arm that. Right, we are now below 210 knots, so we can now do flaps 1, arm, $180 knots, flaps 2. Speed is managed. Gear down. Green, flaps 3, flaps 4.
Traffic.
Where's this traffic? Right, so now set approach. So as soon as it intercepts the glide slope, it'll then start the glide slope in. We're now on the glide slope. Good days. So I've done quite a few A319 flights recently, so I might do an A321 flight next. Obviously I haven't recorded those flights, this has been the first flight I've recorded for a while. But I will, yeah, the next one I record I'll probably do a A321. Yeah, it's nicely coming in now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she said put your iPad away. I'm pretty sure this guy's been drinking a Coca-Cola the whole flight. I mean, fair play. That would have been gone in the first like 10 minutes. How's he got fucking clearance to land and I don't?
500.
Okay, there we go.
One hundred. 50. 30. 20. Regard.
Manual braking. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to do. I forgot to set my gate on GSX. Sorry, I'll do it in a second. Right, set that. And that. Turn running lights off. Turn taxi light on. Start the APU. Disarm that. There's flaps. Right, let's get
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Zurich. Did you know that Zurich is home to the world's largest clock face, located at the famous St. Peter's Church? Thank you for flying with British Airways. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position.
which one's E62? That's not helpful. I'm going to guess. Got it. Okay. There we go. I've got. I think so. Big taxi there. Hotel Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Hotel. Yeah. Oh, there's a Baltic Air here. At least I don't have to deal with a runway crossing. That's the bonus here. And then follow this round to the right. Yeah, it's not a long taxi at all, which is good. Every time I've been to Zurich, it's been cross this runway and cross this runway. So let's just get GSX up. Let's just make sure that there's no AI, because it likes to randomly put AI in the parking spots. Right. Ah, at least we got a gate. That's a good thing. Right, so start a right turn. Let's also make sure that taxi lights are off. I have no idea what happened there. Okay, this is why I hate flying on controller, because it just glitches like that. stop. Boom, 0-0. Right. So APU is on. Got APU on. Engines off. Let's go into GSX. Let's operate jetway. Let's also get the GPU connected. GPU connected. So now we can go external power, APU off, fuel pumps off.
Avoiding requested.
Seatbelts can go off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have
Parking
now
off.
parked at the gate.
Seatbelts off.
Please make
Police
sure to
file.
collect all your personal belongings.
And the
On behalf of all of us at
Okay.
British Airways, thank you for flying with us. Welcome to Zurich.
then let's turn everything off.
Passengers reporting started.
So in a moment, you'll see. There we go. Flight attendants there. And now everything was starting to deboard. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I will see you in the next one, which will hopefully be an A321 flight. So I'll see you guys later.